Dear students, I always stress upon one particular thing, that is, you must know your basics well. A plus b whole cube is given by a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. A plus b whole cube minus a cube plus b cube, of course, don't forget the bracket. A plus b whole cube minus of a cube plus b cube must be equal to what? 3ab into a plus b. We will be adopting this particular basics of arithmetic or algebra in this particular problem. Look at the question. Smallest positive x satisfying the equation cos cube of 3x plus cos cube of 5x is equal to 8 cos cube of 4x into cos cube of x is the question. Dear students, if you observe carefully, left hand side is cos cube of 3x plus cos cube of 5x. That is equal to 2 times cos 4x into cos x whole cube. Do you agree with me? Right. So now we can rewrite this as cos cube of 3x plus cos cube of 5x is equal to, what is 2 cos A cos B? Cos A cos B is given by half of cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. That means to say 2, you can straight away you can remove it. You can write it as cos 4x plus x 5x plus cos 4x minus x cos 3x whole cube. I hope you have understood this, dear students. That is the basic transformation formulae. Coming back to this, a plus b whole cube minus a cube plus b cube is 3ab into a plus b. That is, this clearly implies, shifting this to right hand side, we will say 3ab, that is 3 cos 5x into cos of 3x, 3ab into a plus b. What is a plus b? Cos 5x plus cos 3x. Is that correct? Is equal to 0. Do you agree with me? What is cos 5x plus cos 3x? What is cos 5x plus cos 3x? That is 2 cos 4x cos x. So this implies 6 cos x cos 3x cos 4x cos 5x. Where did you get all these things is a question. Look at this, dear students. Cos 5x plus cos 3x, we got it from this. So I am just writing that here. So what I am writing here, in place of cos 5x plus cos 3x, I am writing cos 4x into cos x into 2. That 2 I multiplied to these 3, we got 6. So I am writing this in the ascending values of x, that is cos x, cos 3x, cos 4x, cos 5x is equal to 0. You will agree with me, cos x is equal to pi by 2, cos 3x is equal to pi by 2, cos 4x is equal to pi by 2, cos 5x is equal to, sorry. You will agree with me, x is equal to pi by 2, 3x is equal to pi by 2, 4x is equal to pi by 2, 5x is equal to pi by 2. These are the 4 possible solutions for this. Which is the smallest is the question. 5x is equal to pi by 2 means x is equal to pi by 10. X is equal to pi by 10 means pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Pi is not equal to 180 degree. So 180 degree divided by 10, that clearly says x is equal to 18 degrees. I hope you have understood this, because I have considered only this. So 5x is equated to pi by 2. If you equate 5x to pi by 2, x is equal to pi by 10, that is equal to 18 degrees. Understood this, dear students? Please make a note of this. Dear students, few problems can be solved by just looking into the question itself. See, suppose if you have sin x is equal to sin alpha, then x is n pi plus minus 1 raised n into alpha. Cos x is equal to cos alpha, then you will get 2n pi plus or minus alpha. Tan x is equal to tan alpha has got some other relation. But always, if you have sin square x is equal to sin square alpha, or cos square x is equal to cos square alpha, or tan square x is equal to tan square alpha, we have a relation that is x is equal to n pi plus or minus alpha. This is a very, very, very important logic. If you look at the present question, what I am going to take now, you will straight away eliminate two options without hesitation. What is that? Let us see. Look at the question, dear students. General solution of 4 sin square x plus tan square x plus cosecant square x plus cot square x minus 6 is equal to 0 for all n belonging to I is. Option A, n pi plus or minus pi by 4. Option B, 2n pi plus or minus pi by 4. Option C, n pi plus pi by 3. And option D, n pi minus pi by 6. Dear students, if you observe carefully, you have square everywhere. You can straight away say option B is ruled out because you have got 2n pi. And option A should be correct, C and D are ruled out. What is the reason for this? You must have n pi plus or minus, that is a rule here. Because sin square x is equal to sin square alpha will give you x is equal to n pi plus or minus alpha. This is just an observation. Maybe we are wrong also. But let us analyze. See, there is a difference between the 4 options here. One place you have got pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 6 and pi by 4. So the most common is pi by 4. Now let us analyze whether this satisfies for pi by 4 or if x is equal to pi by 4 gives a meaningful definition. So if you put x is equal to pi by 4, if it is right, either A or B should be correct. Right? So x is equal to pi by 4 means sin square pi by 4 is 1 by 2. Is that correct? X is equal to pi by 4 implies pi by 4. This implies 4 into sin square pi by 4. Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Sin square pi by 4 is 1 by 2. 4 into 1 by 2. 4 into 1 by 2. That is the first part. Plus tan square x is 1. Plus cosecant square x is root 2 whole square, that is equal to 2. Cot square x is 1. Minus 6, of course this is equal to 0. This is 2 plus 1 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Yes, that means to say we are correct. Option C is not correct. Option D is also not correct. Now we have to decide upon whether option A is correct or B is correct. If it is 2n pi plus or minus, then we should give only the values in first quadrant and fourth quadrant. But if it is n pi plus or minus, the value can be either in first quadrant or in fourth quadrant. You can give, that means to say, n pi, let us give n is equal to 1 here, pi minus pi by 4. If we give n is equal to 1 here, you will get 2 pi minus pi by 4. So pi minus pi by 4 is in quadrant number 3. In quadrant number 3 also, right, we should have a value if option A is correct. So that means to say, if you put pi minus pi by 4, if it satisfies, then we are right. So sin of pi minus pi by 4 is equal to sin square of pi minus pi by 4 is sin square pi by 4. Tan square of pi minus pi by 4 is tan square pi by 4. Cosecant square of pi minus pi by 4 is cosecant square pi by 4. Cot square of pi minus pi by 4 is cot square pi by 4. That clearly says, yes, we are through and we are correct, and option A is 100% correct. What is the other method? What does textbook says? You have to write it as 4 sin square x, write it as 2 sin x whole square plus cosecant square x. You write it as 2 sin x whole square plus cosecant square x minus 2. Right? And similarly tan square x plus cot square x minus 4, or minus, see, 2 sin x whole square plus cosecant square x minus 4, tan square x plus cot square x minus 4. If you do like that, you will get the solution. We will do that also. You make a note of this first. Look at this. Let me explain you the textbook method also. That is 2 sin x whole square. I am just writing the other method also. 2 sin x whole square plus cosecant x whole square. This is a square plus b square minus 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 1. Right? Minus 2 into 2 into 1. Plus tan square x plus cot square x minus 2. Tan square x plus cot square x minus 2. Tan square x plus cot square x minus 2 is equal to 0. Dear students, you can observe here 4, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. We got 6 there. Now this is the form a square plus b square minus 2ab. Where did this 1? How does this 1 represents 2ab? ab because sin x into cosecant x will give us 1. So now what you will get here? 2 sin x is equal to cosecant x, or 2 sin x minus cosecant x whole square, that is the first part, plus tan x minus sin x, tan x minus cot x whole square, that is the second part, is equal to 0. Sum of 2 squares is equal to 0, therefore 2 sin x minus cosecant x is equal to 0 and tan x minus cot x is equal to 0. That clearly implies 2 sin x is equal to cosecant x. This implies, write cosecant x as 1 by sin x, 2 sin square x is equal to 1, sin square x is equal to 1 by root 2. So sin square x is equal to 1 by root 2, right, sin square x is equal to 1 by 2, sin x is equal to plus or minus 1 by root 2. Similarly, the second one gives tan x minus cot x is equal to 0, tan x is equal to cot x, tan square x is equal to 1. So therefore, x will give tan x is equal to 1. Is it correct? Tan square x is equal to 1 or tan x is equal to plus or minus 1. Tan x is equal to plus or minus 1. So that clearly says x must be equal to pi by 4 or minus pi by 4. That of course, that clearly says option A is straight away correct. Got it, dear students? Yes, please make a note of this. Dear students, before discussing next problem, I would love to give you two very important formulae. Of course, it's a very familiar formula to you. Cos inverse of x plus sin inverse of x is equal to pi by 2, known fact. And of course, a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. Okay, now look at the question. Complete solution set of inequality cos inverse of x whole square minus sin inverse of x square greater than 0 is option A, closed interval 0 to open interval 1 by root 2. Option B, closed interval minus 1 to open interval 1 by root 2. Option C, open minus 1 to open 1. Option D, closed minus 1 to 1 by 2. Look at this, dear students. We have cos inverse of x square of this minus sin inverse of x square of this is equal to cos inverse of, this of the form a square minus b square, that is a minus b, that is cos inverse of x minus sin inverse of x into a plus b. What is a plus b? A plus b is cos inverse of x plus sin inverse of x. What is that? That is equal to pi by 2. And it is given as greater than 0. That is in the problem itself. That means to say, as this is fixed, cos inverse of x must be greater than sin inverse of x is the solution for this. If you observe carefully, let me draw the graph of both cos inverse of x and sin inverse of x. See here, cos inverse of x, the graph is clearly like this. When it is minus 1, it is pi. When it is minus 1, it is pi. When it is 0, it is pi by 2. When it is 1, cos inverse of x is 0. Do you agree with me? That is about cos inverse of x. Then what about sin inverse of x? As this is pi by 2, see here, this is sin inverse of x. Is that correct? Right? So when it is minus 1, it is minus pi by 2. The graph of sin inverse of x is clearly like this. Now, the question is, when cos inverse of x is greater than sin inverse of x? If you observe carefully, this is cos inverse of x, this is the part of cos inverse of x which is greater than sin inverse of x. Do you agree with me? This is the part of cos inverse of x graph which is greater than sin inverse of x graph. Therefore, the value of x must start from minus 1 and end at this particular point. What is this point, dear student? When cos inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of x. When cos x is equal to sin x? When x is 45 degree. What is the value? That is 1 by root 2. Therefore, this point should be 1 by root 2. That means to say, from minus 1 up to 1 by root 2, from minus 1 to 1 by root 2, starting from minus 1 up to 1 by root 2, cos inverse of x is greater than sin inverse of x. So, minus 1 to 1 by root 2. So, minus 1 to 1 by root 2, option B is clearly correct. The question arises, why this is in closed bracket, why the other part is in open bracket? Because greater than is a, therefore open bracket. It should not be equal to. Therefore, this point is actually, it's an open point. And why it is closed? Because it starts from this point, including minus 1. So, when x is equal to minus 1, cos inverse of minus 1 is pi, and whereas sin inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 2. That's why the reason is minus 1 comma 1 by root 2, open 1 by root 2 and closed minus 1 is a solution for this.